everybody, and welcome to Living Life
in Between.
So here I am joined by, first, I'm Brianna, sorry. And
I'm Mollie.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Chloe.
And today we'll be discussing scheduling, time management, and not falling victim to FOMO.
Yeah, that's a word right there. So before we dive into this topic, let's go ahead and we'll do some fun little icebreakers. So Valentine's Day was yesterday. Did you guys all have a good Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it full of...
So you failed to answer.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day isn't a special day to me. It's just, I treat every day like it's a Valentine's Day.
Good
Towards
He's
me.
spreading love everywhere.
Self-love.
I don't
Look
know.
at that. Yeah,
It was okay. It was decent.
It was a day.
Yeah.
I think it's fun now because Valentine's Day, it can be self-love day, it can be
Definitely.
Valentine's Day with your friends, with your family,
or
with a significant other. So
other.
it's not just now either you have someone or you're
Right,
single. You
right.
know? So
It's just love.
It's about love, whatever
fun.
you want to do.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
So let's go around and all say our favorite candy real quick. What's your favorite candy? Maybe especially to receive as a gift.
As a gift.
I would say mine, super easy. Ghirardelli dark chocolate squares with almond chunks in them.
That sounds so good.
That's my go-to.
I don't know what they're called, but they're gummies. They're not Haribo, but they're in the white bag.
Yes.
Albanese?
Oh,
I
so
love
good.
those. Those are my favorite.
I like Gushers. That's my all-time favorite candy. Gusher, anything gummy, and it has that liquid inside of it. Yeah.
You don't.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
You don't like the At first, I didn't like it, but it's good. They have different flavors. They have sour. Yeah.
Do you like jelly donuts or filled
No,
donuts?
I don't. I don't
How?
like.
Same thing.
I don't know. I like glazed donuts, but I don't like. No, it makes me feel weird. Just like
Yeah, Gushers not. So
I don't know. It's just something about the Gushers. Period.
Okay.
Those are good.
Yeah.
I would say M&M's or Reese's. Super good.
M&M's.
Reese's
They're getting
are
crazy.
slept on.
Yeah.
Reese's are really good.
There's a new Reese's cup, I swear, every single one.
Oh, they have a new little thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably do.
I was at swim practice last night, so I coached swim team part-time, and I asked all the little kids, in my lane, they're all 5 and 6, they're so cute, but I asked them all what their favorite candy was, and one of the girls was trying to say her favorite candy was M&M's, but she did not say it correctly one time, and it was so cute. She's like, M&M's, 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 and I was like, you got it, you got the spirit, so it was so sweet. All right,
That's funny.
next question, what is one thing that you love about college or the college experience?
I love meeting a different set of people. I feel like I would have never met some of the people I have outside of college. And doing group projects and stuff really helps me get to know people more. Yeah, and I guess that's helping me build up a network of people I could use in my future and help out too.
I would say the opportunities, being in college, it's so many resources with everything. You can have endless opportunities, and that one opportunity, it can lead you to a bigger opportunity with something. With anything, not just job-wise, with friends, activities, just side activities that you may do, anything. It's a good chance to get opportunities and experience, really.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the friends. I feel like I've made such a diverse friend group just from school. But
Yeah, definitely.
I'd say for me, this one, it's kind of a love-hate, but getting pushed outside of my comfort zone, I hate that part of it, but I love growing from it.
Yeah.
So I like getting to try new things and be challenged because I feel like a lot of times in life, things just feel kind of easy sometimes and you kind of get in the motions.
Right,
so,
too comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. It's frustrating sometimes and nerve-wracking for them to be oh, you need to stand in front of the class and give a presentation. It's I do not want to do that.
I feel like everyone hates that, but it builds our...
But it does, it builds your confidence once you've completed things that stretch you and grow you. So, all right, that was a little bit of Valentine's Day fun. Now we're going to dive right into our topic. So, let's be real. Time management. How many of us wish we did a better job?
oh my god.
For sure me.
Big hand raised today.
Yeah. I can think of so many times, right when I first started off that I missed a due date or I thought something was due 2 weeks before it was?
Yeah.
Or, do you guys have any stories that come to mind when you think about
time
management fails?
I literally just had one like 2 days ago.
No, see,
I
we're
had
still
a
learning.
quiz, and I'm a senior. Like, this is, But I had a quiz due. And he, like, with my professor, he, like, changes it. Like, I don't know why he does that, but he'll have something due, like, let's say it was Tuesday. And, like, he'll wait last minute to tell us that he changed the due date. So I'm thinking, okay, it's due that day, but he changed it. And then it just messes with my brain, and I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
So, that was the most recent one.
I hate it when this is kind of on topic, but if professors make things due at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
or like
Random
something
times.
that
Yeah.
always messes me up.
That's one of my pet peeves. I don't like that.
See, one thing about this semester that I've never experienced is all of my teachers make stuff due before class. So I have like things due at 11 a.m.
Or
at
like
3
3, like,
yeah.
ugh.
But usually it used to be
This-
11:59. I don't know what
It's like,
happened.
it is always at midnight, and I
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it.
like,
'cause-
why do they change that? Unless it's like something, I don't know, important. I don't know. I just feel like that's weird.
Just make it due the night before.
Nice. So we have that whole day to like really,
Yeah.
to rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
prioritize.
Yeah, sometimes like I'll get it done before that time, but I like knowing that I have like until 12.
Right.
Yeah.
Like just in case.
Professor, y'all need to do better because what is that? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Why at 3 p.m.?
Yeah.
Why such a No, I had one teacher that had something due like at 4. Like it was a weird time, like 4:20. Like I'm like, huh?
I feel like
Why?
they're trying to mess you up.
They do
Yeah.
that.
Like,
I feel like they do that purposely, but hey, it's college.
Because I feel like either way, you have to set your internal due date for the night before because you
Right.
probably have classes before that.
Exactly. We
class.
have other classes,
Yeah.
other things we're doing. So I don't know.
And like that's a trap. Like you tell yourself,
It
like, I'll
is.
get up early tomorrow and work on it.
No, you
No,
won't.
no.
No, you will not.
One,
You
I'm
will
not a morning person. So.
I always say that like I wish that the person that I think I'm gonna be when I go to bed was the person that I am. You know, like
No, for
the night before I'm like, I'm gonna get up early, I'm gonna go for a run, I'm gonna make myself a good breakfast, I'm gonna like, get ready, I'm gonna like do all this stuff, and then I snooze my alarm for an hour and a half.
Literally
and then,
just delusional. Like
I know.
promise you. I'm like, oh my god, I really said I was gonna do all that, and I did.
Yeah, delusion. That's the name of the game.
Literally in college.
It's also
It's
just
normal.
a bad concept of time. Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
swear I'm like, I'll be done in like 30 minutes. And then it's 3 hours later.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so, it's hard. There's no like, hey, if you do this, you will never miss anything. You will never miss a due date.
Yeah.
Your life will be perfect. But we do have a few tips and tricks that we have assembled to share with you guys, just from us wise, older aged college
growing
students that never mess up anymore, right?
College adults.
Yes.
Adults. There you go. Yes.
I refuse to be called old yet. Not yet. Young adults.
Yeah.
Grown.
Yeah.
I like the young adult time. I think it's fun and fresh. So the very first one we have is that, and this kind of goes hand in hand with what we were just talking about, is that you need to set realistic expectations for yourself. So if you tell yourself, hey, I have a 30-minute break in between classes. During that time, I'm going to go home, clean my dorm room, finish that essay, print it out, revise it. Like, no, you're not. That's
Yeah.
impossible. So when you do that, essentially, you're setting yourself up for failure. So me personally, I don't like feeling defeated 24/7. I would much rather feel like I'm accomplishing stuff and that
Yeah.
I'm having little victories. So it's just like you were saying, like you need to have a better idea in your head about, what you can accomplish in certain amounts of time. So
Right.
if you're like, hey, I have 30 minutes, let me go write a discussion board post. You can usually do that in about 30 minutes. And it's like then
before
you-
30 minutes, honestly.
yeah, and it's like then you've accomplished something, and you
Yeah.
can check it off your to-do list. The serotonin hit I get
I
crossing
love it.
something off my to-do list.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, unmatched. But yeah, so
It definitely feels good.
yeah. Do you guys think you do a pretty good job setting realistic expectations, or
I don't. I'm gonna just be. I'm the most imperfect college student right now. You can go.
I think I do set realistic expectations. It's just I'm not good with concept of time, like I said. And I will always get everything done, but I always underestimate how long it'll take me.
Right.
Because let's say, what homework was it? my operations management homework is never
That's
that,
nice.
like, it's 10 questions. I'm like, okay, I'm going to knock it out. But then it's A, B, C, D on every question. And then it ends up taking me like 3 hours, and I thought it would take
On
like
SmartBook?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on SmartBook. Wait.
Well, SmartBook's okay though, because honestly,
Depending on the professor, because baby, they will have you doing the SmartBook all day.
In tears.
In tears, literally after you get done, like it's a lot. But
for me, I just turn my brain off doing SmartBooks.
Yeah, you just
I just
have
like
to.
put on a show, and I just
because it's like easy. It's easy to do. It's just
it's
time
long.
consuming. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Chloe?
What was the question?
No, you're
Because
good.
that's what I was looking for. I was like, oh.
No, smart books. But
Yeah.
No, yeah, the question was, how do you feel like you do as far as setting expectations for yourself? Do you think that they're realistic, unrealistic, or...
I agree with the time thing. I'll like write down a list of the things that I need to do, but like I don't have like that concept of like how much each of them are gonna take me.
Yeah.
I'm a big list writer, but I'm like bad at going back and like checking things off.
Really?
Right.
Yeah, so I
Man.
feel like I get the serotonin from writing the list, and then I'm
That
back.
makes me stress. That does not help.
Literally
For me,
just
it's
from
like-
watching.
I feel like writing the list is part of getting stuff done. And so it's like, ooh, I look at this, yeah, I'll do this and this, and then it's like, oh man, I actually have to do it now.
Yeah, you have
like,
to do it. You're
it's like the
forcing yourself to
crushing
do
weight
it.
of the list.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I feel like that's a really important part. Like, you need to be kind to yourself and set yourself up for success and not failure. So, you know, once you're going through like a semester, the first few weeks, you probably will have no clue how long homework takes, but then you'll be like, hey, for math class, I'm gonna need about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So then you know.
get used to it.
Right. So that's the first one. The next one we have is to give yourself the gift of no. Now, this might be a new concept for some people, or it might sound a little strange, but basically, just because someone asks you to do something does not mean your answer has to be yes.
Right.
And I think it's very hard sometimes because a lot of times you have to say no to stuff that you do want to do. So let's say, for example, you have one of those 11:59 due dates for your essay, and you know you're not done yet, and your friends invite you to go hang out all night.
Or to a party or something.
Yeah, or go to a party.
Because you're going to go through that. You're
right.
definitely
It's
going
like
to go through that.
right now you might want to go do those things, but sometimes you need to say, no, I'm
No.
sorry, I can't. You know,
Put
I have to
yourself
do this.
first.
Yeah.
And it's really hard sometimes because it's easy to say no to stuff you don't want to do, but having the maturity and like the self-discipline to say no, even when it's something you want to do because you know it's better for you in the long run. I like to think of no's as investments sometimes, you know, like a no right now means achieving my goal or
One step
getting-
closer to one of your goals.
Right.
Or something. Yeah.
but then what happens when we say no?
Fear of missing out.
Or
FOMO.
FOMO. I will adding on to that. I would say don't feel pressured to like do things because your friends want you to do it because maybe your friends' goals isn't aligned with your goals. So like that's where you have to say no and put yourself first because you are going to go through everybody does, like everybody goes through those situations where they don't want to say no, but you know, but yeah.
I'll say in my experience though, I never feel bad saying no.
Me either. Like I'd be like, no, I'm not going. Like
Yeah, cause like
sorry, not tonight.
I'm just used to always putting school 1st
Mhm.
and I'm antisocial a lot of
Me
the
too.
time. But there are the times I want to go out, and when I want to go out, that's when I can, and I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
So
And it's so much better like going out when you have like nothing on your mind.
Yeah.
Like you're not thinking of, oh, I have to go back and do an assignment. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
that's
wait
so
for-
good. Yeah.
do anything like
Rather
that.
get it out the way so I can like enjoy it after.
yeah.
And during the weekdays, like you don't have to like do things like party and all that. Like that's for the weekend. Or
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, even Sunday. Like who knows? Like you know, like the weekdays is for your time to focus and lock in. Yeah. And get your things done. But no.
I would say too, another part of this is sometimes you have to give the no to yourself. And
Yeah.
that's even harder. Like, do I want to go finish that essay or do I want to binge watch this show that I'm really into right now?
I will
And-
binge watch the show.
I mean, okay, don't listen to Tom.
Don't listen to me. I'm the person you don't need to listen to.
No,
Learn from my
no,
mistakes.
not at all. But like,
But I'm doing better.
I would say that's harder for me. Like, it's pretty easy for me to say, sorry, I can't, I'm busy
Yeah.
to a friend. But when I'm like scrolling TikTok on my phone and I'm like, please release me. I need to do something else.
Yeah, please.
It's hard to put it down.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you have to set rewards for yourself. That's what I do.
Okay, tell us all about it.
Like whenever I set let's say I have a paper. If I finish a paragraph, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a break and I can do whatever I want. Or it's like eating a snack. I'm like, once I do this, I'm gonna get a bag of popcorn and celebrate.
Like reward myself.
Yeah, and that just keeps me going and it helps me be more productive and finish my work faster.
Definitely. I agree with that. Definitely.
Yeah, so that's a good one. So always remember, it's a gift to yourself to say no. You don't have to worry about FOMO.
Yeah.
All right, the next one, when it comes to setting up your schedule, it's important to establish your constants. So I would define your constants as things that are reoccurring every week. So if you have a class, that's a constant. Your time for meal prepping, that's a constant. Depending on what kind of things you value, like, time to exercise can be a constant. Time to sleep should definitely be a constant. You should not be sacrificing sleep because of poor time management, because sleep it keeps you going. So
that's life. Like, you need sleep and rest. If you don't get rest, like, that's bad. That's really bad. It, like, in the future, that will, like, come back to you if you don't get rest now. Yeah.
And even rest that isn't sleep. Like, if it's meditation, if it's journaling, if it's just spending time outdoors, maybe spending time in the quiet, self-care, all that kinds of stuff. So establishing your constants is super important, because then, like, once you have all that blocked out, then you see, like, oh, well, I have a pocket in between this and this that I can do homework, or I have a pocket that I can go hang out with my friends. So it works better if you know what's coming up. And I guess that also includes, like, clubs or groups that you're a part of.
Yeah.
So what would you guys say is, like, the number one constant in your life that you either skip or you miss?
I would say meals. Because I will sleep extra and, like, not eat breakfast. Or even just, like, lunch. I feel like because it's in the middle of the day, I'll, like, skip lunch or breakfast.
Food,
For me, food too, just because on days like this, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have classes like from 11 to like basically 5.
Right.
So I already just don't have time to eat lunch. And then whenever I'm not thinking about food, I just don't feel hungry. So then I just don't eat until later at night. And then sometimes sleep, because it's not even from procrastinating or stuff like that. It's just I have so much to do in my day. Because right now I have 7 classes, and that's just a lot to do in one semester. And I just don't have a lot of time to dedicate to each class and still get adequate amount of sleep.
7 is crazy. 7 classes.
Yeah,
that's insane.
But no, you're doing good because you're getting that out the way. But like 7 for me, I can barely do 5. 7. Some people do 8. Like
8 is crazy.
8 classes.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
That's. But yes, food. I definitely don't eat enough, like, in between my times that I'm supposed to eat, like, breakfast. I'm a big breakfast person, so I don't eat breakfast really no more because I'm not a morning person. Like, so getting up for me is, like, very hard. I don't know. I think it's just me growing up, stressed, working. Like, I just have to prioritize, like, times and stuff. Yeah. But do y'all have, like, a problem with socializing, like, fitting in times to socialize with people?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's just with me, like, I try to, like, it's like, I don't have a problem with it, but it's like forcing myself to, like, set times to socialize, like, or like if I'm already out, like, I'll do it, but I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Like, for me, I have my friends, but luckily they're low maintenance, because if they were high maintenance, it wouldn't work out.
Like,
but
I need my space.
I can't do high maintenance for
Yeah, I need me time.
But like, we all have different schedules too, so it's hard to try to find a time where we can hang out.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, it's kind of hard to like fit like socializing with people now, since we're going up. Like, we're in the final stages of college. Like, we're prioritizing other things. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I'd say too, like, and this is kind of a side note, but as you get older and you get busier, plan in advance time to spend with your friends. Like,
definitely.
Like, I have a really close friend, and her and I are hanging out this Saturday. I haven't gotten to see her in so long, but because we both have been so busy, and it's not like we hate each other now, or like we just aren't prioritizing each other. It's like, hey, we have work, we have school, we have this and that, and so we put it on there. Like, I saw that I had a little open slot of time and she did too. And I was like, what are you doing Saturday? You know?
Yeah.
And so like, it's okay to, you know, it doesn't always have to be spontaneous. And
Yeah, it could just be a little something like going to get some lunch or something to eat. Like, not even that, just going to your friend's crib just to hang out. Like, people don't take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But just one thing I miss about freshman year is having those spontaneous moments.
Yes, freshman year was
Yeah.
definitely that year. Or everyone's freshman years, honestly. Like, that's your chance to get that freedom and feel like you're yourself growing up. So,
Yeah, I feel like that was your time to like experiment with like
experimenting.
Like push things too, like with your time.
Yes, definitely.
It's where everyone learned to be procrastinators, right?
That's your time to like, you know, not care.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd say for me, the one I miss the most is just rest apart from sleep. Because like I like make time to sleep and sometimes that's to my own detriment. But I'm like, no, I'm going to bed. Sorry. Like I'm so tired and I know that I cannot function if I don't have my sleep. And so it's like it's better for me to go to sleep instead of finishing that homework, because if I finish that homework, it will not be done well. And so but having rest time that's not sleeping is difficult for me. Like because I'm going from this to this to this and it's just like there's no break. So it can be very busy. So once you have your constants in place, the next thing you're going to want to do is to make a game plan. So me personally, I have like a little yearly game plan session where I'm like, oh, I'm going to be out of town from this day to this day. So this is just a very high level view. Then at the beginning of each month, I go through and I'm like, oh, here are the big things coming up this month. Then every week, usually on Sunday afternoons, I'll be like, okay, here's what's going on this week. Make a plan, make a schedule. I look at all the tasks that I have and I'll put them in so that I know, oh, I'm doing this then and this there. And then every day, kind of, but if you do it every week, then you don't have to spend every morning making a list because it's like the list is already there for you. So it seems very laborious, but it simplifies your life so much because
it really does,
Yeah, because you know what time you have and you know when you're going to do stuff. So, what do you guys do? Do you like do high level stuff? Are you a daily spontaneous lister or what do you do?
So I usually plan out my semesters. I don't really use my planner or calendar unless I'm in school just because I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
And it does feel like overwhelming when I'm doing it though because I see everything that I'm doing for the month and I'm like, I'm going to be so stressed out whenever these days come. But it does make it easier for me to see what's due. And then whenever teachers add in stuff, of course, I add that onto my calendar too. But I have the basis of everything that's already given to me is already on my calendar. And I like it that way. But it takes like 3 hours to do.
That's the part I hate, like the doing it. Like, but when you do it, it is easier. I would definitely agree with that. But I do this thing where I let go and let God. Like, honestly, I cannot. Yeah, like literally, I give it to God because sometimes I get I'm a Virgo, so I overthink. Like, my anxiety is through the roof. So, like, if I do all of that, I'll overstimulate myself. Like, I've tried it. I promise you, I've tried it. But maybe it takes practice. But I literally let it flow. Like, when the day comes, I literally do it. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're here. It definitely would be better if I did do that. Like, do all of that. But I just let go and let God. This is my new motto. Like, you know, he's going to do. He knows everything that is... like gonna happen, so I just let him do it. Like, okay, and I just make the little choices and stuff in between. So you know,
in between.
Yes. See.
So you take it day by day.
Day by day, every day, literally. Wake up in the morning at 1 o'clock in the morning, and
1 in the morning.
Wait, not 1 in the morning.
Also the afternoon.
No, I be waking up some of the times early in the morning like that too, but that's a whole nother story. But. Yes, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's so iconic.
Yes, and I still get things done. Like,
I'm like secondhand stressed for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like wake up in the morning and I'll be like, oh,
baby, I stress myself out for no reason. Like,
like let us write down your schedule.
Yeah.
Please, no, I would love that if y'all would.
Next episode, we're organizing each
other. No, that would be very helpful. Please do that.
Yeah, I do mine all like at the beginning of the year. Like I'll write down all of my big assignments, and then like what you said, it's stressful to see like the whole month.
Yeah.
And be like, oh my God, I have like 3 papers due this month. But I feel like I like to look at it like 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
I do too.
And then like once the weekend hits, I'm like, peace.
Yeah.
And then Monday, it's like straight over again.
Yeah. I do that like on the weekend. I never use my planners, like you're saying. Like if I'm not in school or I've done my assignments, but it's always like the very end of Sunday night before I go to bed on Monday is when I like do my planner for the next week, and then it's like I need to stop doing it because then it's like the dread. I'm like, I don't want to.
It's just a constant routine of doing it.
Yeah.
But that builds discipline.
It does.
Like when you get older, that builds discipline.
Yeah, it's important. I think that being goal oriented really improves like who you are as a person, you know, like so not just, you know, putting goals on there like, oh, I have this paper due, but like, hey, a goal this year is I want to go to the gym twice a week, you know, or I want to meal prep every week, or so like putting stuff on there that's also growing you. And I think that's when those high level views help. Because like I get stressed too, man. If I pulled up my monthly calendar, y'all might cry. But it's like it's so scary. It's so scary. But yeah,
we can look at them.
Yeah, we'll pull them up here in a second for sure. But like
I'll get secondhand stress.
When you think about it, like it is so it's a lot when you take a peek at it. Let me see.
It just looks like a lot. It looks organized though.
Yeah, I organize it by color.
Yes,
you probably can't even see it.
I need to learn some pointers because no.
Yeah.
Here's my current month calendar.
Oh, that's insane.
No.
She has like 7 things
Hers
every
look
day.
more complicated.
Yeah, it's okay though.
God. And do you just check it off every time?
Yeah, whenever. And I like to complete things ahead of time too, and that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
We love the checks.
Yeah.
Because at free time, you can literally do whatever you want to do. Like,
So I go. This is my.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My weekly planner. It's a little less terrifying. We might just have to take pictures to put on the screen, but I have like my classes right here.
Oh, okay.
So that I know like what homework goes with each class. This is like my projects that are going on or things that are happening. And
multi-view.
Oh yes, of course. I hope there's nothing embarrassing on here.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's like I have stuff for my internship. I have my side quest. This is my favorite one. So I put just random little tasks I want to have go on, you know? I have a little section for gratitude because I need to remember that there's a lot of good stuff in life.
Yeah.
And then I have like my habits.
Looking at that.
I would have to. Positivity. I just need something positive right now.
It's okay. You know, I look at it and I'm like, I'm so thankful that I have things to do, you know?
Yes.
You know, I do appreciate it, so.
It's good that you guys are doing that though, like, even like, that's so good. Like,
maybe, is this motivating you?
It is, like, looking at it, I just know I'm gonna have to lock in and do it.
You
like,
just have to force yourself.
Literally, it's all about forcing myself to do it.
We'll keep you accountable.
Yeah, it's like, just remind me to do, because I be wanting to do that, honestly, I do. It's just me, it's my brain.
Yeah, every Sunday I'll say, Ty,
do this.
Have you planned your week?
I'm like, thank you for reminding me. I haven't, but I
We'll be like, what are you doing today? And you're like,
nothing.
Send a picture of your weekly plan.
There we go.
Now I have an assignment in. No, please let me.
Do at 8 p.m.
Yes.
11:59.
You've just now inherited 3 moms.
No, I need that. I really need the guidance. I do.
All right.
I really do.
All right, I have a question for you guys because this is kind of interesting. So when you are looking at a list of things to do, just imagine you have a list of things to do, Ty. Just use your imagination.
Yes. And it's like I have things to do. I just don't organize it.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Are you like? Do you move through those tasks in a linear fashion? So are you like, do this task done, do this task done, or do you hop around? Like, so basically, when you start a task, do you finish it and then go to the next one? Or do you kind of like halfway do a few of them and then come back and kind of jump and skip around?
I would say I'm an organized person, even though I don't do all that. I'm like really organized. So if I will probably do it like in a timely manner, like do this at a certain time, then do the next thing. I know, you know. Yeah. So I'll probably like do it like that, more than just skipping around.
I feel like when I start doing something, I like lock in.
But now for a word from our sponsor. Are you a college student who needs guidance on what to do in between classes, whether it's like hobbies or whether it's how to schedule things like you're listening to right now?
then go ahead and follow In Between. We are Living Life In Between on Instagram and TikTok. And we also have our own website and blog. Everything will be linked down below in our description box. And now back to the podcast.
Going along with us talking about how you decide which task goes first or what order to do your tasks in, our next piece of advice is to swallow the big frog first, which is a very weird saying. None of us are really sure where it comes from or why we say it.
Yeah.
I guess like
from older people.
Someone in Georgia.
Yeah, from the South.
Yeah.
Older person. Yeah.
But it essentially means that you want to tackle the hardest task first. So if you know that you have this really big project and then you have a bunch of smaller projects, you should start with the big project, because then while you're working on the smaller projects, you're not like, oh, I have that big project coming up.
Yeah.
So it's like you evaluate, like you lose that sense of doom, the impending dread of having to do that project. And then it also like, you know, maybe it's not the biggest, maybe it's just like you start with your least favorite subject for homework. So that way the rest of your homework feels fun, because at least you're not doing math anymore, you know. Not that I'm biased against math or anything, but let's just say I did pick my degree because I only needed 2 math classes. That's one of the reasons. But yeah, you basically want to start with the most difficult or most dreaded task first, so that way it's all...
It can be easier when you're
done.
done.
Then it's like all just stuff that you love, and that's super easy. So. And
I always go by this saying, it's been a motto in my life, like, you have to go through the worst to get to the best. Like, my mom told me that when I was younger, and it's definitely true. Just growing up, like, going through the worst, it may feel like you don't want to go through that at that moment, but it gets better. Like, as soon as you in whatever you're doing, like, it gets way better. So yes, go through the worst, do the hard things first, and then the easy things left over. We agree.
If you're not like thinking about, oh, I have like this big project while you're doing all of these little things.
The little stuff,
It just makes it easier.
Yeah, and I think it's just a good self-discipline, you know? It's like, it builds your mental fortitude, I feel like. You know, when you choose to start with the thing that you dread the most, I think that that's a good, like, big accomplishment. Because then once you've done that, you feel very, you get that high of being like, I'm done with that thing, and I don't have to do it anymore.
Stronger.
It does, you know? It's like, we talked about earlier, it's like sacrificing what you want right now for what's better for you in the future.
Always think about your future self.
So thank you.
Don't live too much in the moment. Like, also think what can it change in your future, you know? Always think about your future, but also live in the present time.
Yeah, you're still young.
Yeah, you're still young. You're gonna make those mistakes or whatever, but like, still think about the little things in the future.
That's perfect, because our very last piece of advice is to leave room for the in-betweens. So you guys know the heartbeat of our company and our brand and our podcast. So we basically want to just encourage you guys that it's important to balance structure and spontaneity. I feel like we've kind of touched on that a few times throughout our podcast today. Basically, the way I see it is that if you have a plan, you can have fun without guilt, which I think Bree touched on earlier. Like, if you have no clue what's going on and you don't have a plan and you never know what's due, then when you go out, or like you were even saying, Chloe, like, you don't have as much fun if you know you have stuff to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you have a plan and you're like, oh, I have this paper to write, but I have time to do that tomorrow, so I can just hang out with my friends tonight, you know? Like, basically, you need to leave room. But I think, I don't know, do you guys feel like you struggle more with having too much structure or too much spontaneity?
Too much spontaneity, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll say it depends on the day.
Yeah.
Because the days I don't have class, that's where I just do whatever I want.
Even when I have class. No, I'll just don't listen to me. Like going with Chloe, that.
Too much spontaneity. I feel like it also depends on the day for me. Because there's days when I wake up and I'm like, it is list day. I'm getting everything done today, and it's like structure, and I leave no time for anything else. But then there's also days where I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to do anything today, actually. I'm sleeping in, I'm throwing my planner out the window, I'm not looking at anything. And so I don't know, like, so how do you guys balance the things, like your responsibilities with...
I don't know, I just do it.
I
don't know, like literally, like I was saying earlier, I let go and let God, like I just let him have my problems, and then I just add on to it a little, like I don't know, I just do it. And it all comes out in the end good, so I mean, I don't change anything about it. I could do it a little better, but you know, like, I don't know, I just do it.
So throughout college, for me, I just make the days that I go to school, the days that I do all of my schoolwork. So then I have completely free days when I don't have classes. And that's always worked for me. And I feel like that's a pretty good balance. And I don't get too stressed out. And I still have room to have fun over the weekend.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Yeah.
I agree. There are like days where I'm just like, I'm not doing anything else except like go to work and go home.
Yes.
Like, the school days for me are like the only days that I do stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Even like during your classes, like you try to do like, if it's like even 30 minutes after your classes, that's a good time to do it. Like before or after your classes, not like waiting to do
Especially
it.
Like
after.
while it's fresh on your mind.
Yeah, like while it's already on your mind, you just got out of class, so let me just get this out the way.
Yeah.
Like that's very important.
Especially for like quizzes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like reading quiz, you know, it's right there. You just heard all about it.
Yeah,
Don't wait.
just go ahead and get it out the way.
To go do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard, you know, and it's hard to, I hate to be one of those people that's like, it's all about finding that balance. Because it's the most like ambiguous phrase ever. Cause it's like, well,
it's true though.
You can say it like about anything, which I think is funny. But it is difficult. It is something you have to learn and teach yourself. And it's definitely trial and error. Like, you know, even us talking about it, all of us are like, man, you know, it depends on the day. So I think that's all about, you can have chill days where you do nothing if you have days that you're busy and you do stuff. So that's all of the advice we have. We wrote a blog post about this, so make sure to check that out to learn more. And please let us know, like, what are your time management tips? How do you stay sane?
Leave it below in the comments.
Leave it below.
Yeah, let us know how you're doing things. Yes.
Yeah, and then definitely like encourage your fellow classmates and your friends. You know, if you have friends that are struggling in either direction, you know, maybe you have a friend who needs to live a little. Be like, hey, schedule some time for fun in there. You know, or you have a friend that's like, you need to have a schedule actually.
And also like,
that'd be crazy.
Like, even if it gets too hard for you, I would say hit us up on our socials because we're already experienced college students. So like we can actually give you good advice. I'm all about giving younger people like who are coming into college advice because I got the advice from like people graduating. So I feel like it definitely helps. Like it can steer them in a good direction instead of bad, you know? Yeah.
I would say absolutely. And don't be afraid to reach out for help on this subject.
With anything too, like anything.
Yeah, like there's people in your school, like fellow classmates, teachers, professors. They're usually very kind and willing to work with you on schedule stuff if you're struggling or if you've just gotten a little behind because something's been going on. So, just make sure to do all that. And I think that just about wraps it up for this podcast. We would love to hear from you guys. Make sure to check us out on socials. And this has been Living Life in Between. See you next time.
Bye.
Do your little camera thing.
Do I have to go up there?
Go.